Hi guys, Brendan Hancock here with another episode of Groove Subaru Today. And today we're going to compare two mid-size sedans, the 2016 Subaru Legacy and the 2016 Toyota Camry. To make this comparison extremely fair, we decided to compare the two base models of the vehicle. So on the right we have the 2.5i Legacy, and on the left we have the Camry LE. Now, just taking a look at these two vehicles, they're very, very similar. It might be because they're made actually in the same plant in Lafayette, Indiana, so that may be part of it. But in terms of the size and legroom and comfort, things of that nature, these vehicles are very, very similar. The Legacy does inch out, by an inch or so here and there in terms of cargo capacity and things of that nature. Now let's take a first look at the LE Camry. Very, very unique styling. You will see some kind of carryovers, almost some Lexus-esque, as I like to describe it, fog lights here on the LE. But it has a very sort of sporty look to it while maintaining a sense of elegance as well. The ride quality is going to be very, very comfortable. It's a relatively quiet cabin, and you are going to get standard features such as Bluetooth, backup camera, and things of that nature as well standard on the vehicle. Now, if we take a look at the Legacy over here, very, very similar. Things like Bluetooth, backup camera, those are both going to be standard features as well. But one thing that really sets the Legacy aside is it does come standard with symmetrical all-wheel drive, which unfortunately the Camry does not offer. So in terms of price comparison, to compare the two bases, you're looking around just over 24,000 on the Camry and just over 22,000 on the Legacy. You read Consumer Reports, overall test quality 89 for the Legacy, 84 for the Camry. The Consumer Reports did rate the Legacy as the best overall mid-size sedan, beating out both the Camry as well as the Honda Accord. So now, even though we tried to make this as fair as possible comparing a base to a base, given that the LE is actually around $24,000 in its base model and that the Legacy is only $22,000, you're actually more comparing a premium Legacy probably to the LE base in terms of price. A premium Legacy is going to run you just over $25,000, which is actually in more comparison to this Camry over here. So things that you would get with the premium, you'd actually get 17-inch alloy wheels as opposed to the steel wheels we see on these vehicles here. You would also get heated seats, heated side mirrors, heated windshield, dual climate control with a better enhanced voice activation technology. You'll get the 7-inch touchscreen in which you can send text messages and receive text messages and have them read out to you. Things of that nature, which do add quite a bit of extra value to the car. In terms of exterior looks, vehicles are very same. Gas mileage, horsepower, very same. You've got 36 to 35, 175 to 173 horsepower. I mean, the numbers are very, very comparable. But now let's take a look on the inside of the vehicle. We'll see a lot of similarities. In terms of features, most everything that we're going to see in the Legacy is going to be over here as well. You have controls to adjust volume, change radio station. Just like on the Legacy as well, you can change the mode from USB to FM to AM. All of the stuff that you would expect to see, you do see here in the Camry. In terms of the dash and just sort of the interior presence of the car, I really like that it does have wood grain trim in the base model. In the Legacy, you're going to be looking at the wood grain trim in the 2.5i Limited, so that the trim level that'll have leather seats. To see this in the base, I mean, yes, quality is a little low. It does feel pretty plasticky, but it is a nice thing to see. And in the dash as well, the sort of stitching that you do see up here, really, really nice touch. The Legacy does have leather in the center armrest and on the door panels, but I do really kind of like this stitching and elegant overlay here. It's very, very nice. As for the infotainment system, very, very Toyota in nature, absolutely. In terms of the actual screen itself and the way it's set up, it actually almost seems like the same thing. It's very, 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 very similar. Only difference is like the button setup. Massive buttons. They're just very, very sort of utilitarian, like push here for this, and that's what you get. I'm in the Legacy now, and the first thing I notice is definitely the plushness of the seats. They do feel a little bit softer, even if you compare this, Legacy to 2014, the previous body style. I think that these cloth seats are significantly softer and more comfortable. You do have manual seats here. The Camry in the base does have automatics, but like I mentioned earlier, in terms of price comparison, you should really be looking more at a premium Legacy because it's within $1,000 or so of that vehicle over there. Just like in the Camry, you do have the automatic headlights. Very, very simple there. You don't have fog lights, which the Camry does have, which is a nice feature. But in terms of the layout of the steering wheel, everything's pretty straightforward. You're able to do sort of all of the same stuff. It's just kind of set up a little bit differently. You do have this sort of manual mode. I do like the paddle shifters more in the Legacy than the shifter being down here in the Camry. I do like that feature. Gives a little bit more of a sporty edge. And in terms of voice activation features, you are able to do things in this car that you can't with that. That's mostly, voice activation is going to be for like, calling someone, where you can actually adjust some things with the radio using voice activation in this. So really, really nice feature. And if you look at the Premium with voice activation, you can change fan speed, you can change temperature, you have things like dual climate control, so that's really, really nice as well. In terms of the center dash, like I mentioned, kind of carries over in that sort of simplistic element. You don't have these massive buttons or anything like that, but you do have a little bit more of a touchscreen. I think the visuals on the touchscreen in this are a little bit more refined, but the setup and the display is very, very similar in terms of what kind of things it offers and what it shows you. So we've taken a look at the interior, we've taken a look at the exterior, the tech specs, and also what the experts have to say about these two vehicles. And at the end of the day, they're very similar, so it kind of decides on what you want out of your next vehicle. But given the fact that this is Colorado, having all-wheel drive, and not just any all-wheel drive, true Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive at no additional cost, seems like a pretty clear answer. And if we were actually comparing a Premium Legacy to an LE, which is actually price-wise more comparable, not only would we get heated seats, heated windshield, heated side mirrors, powered driver's seat with lumbar support, a 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system, better fuel economy, better safety ratings, and also it's a Subaru, seems like a pretty clear answer. For more information, contact me, Brendan Hancock, or your local Subaru representative today. Take care.